How did decolonization movements impact global Black resistance? Decolonization movements, mainly from the mid-20th century onward, changed how Black people around the world fought for freedom. When African and Caribbean nations gained independence from European powers, it sent a powerful message. It showed that systems of colonial control and white supremacy could be challenged and defeated. This inspired Black communities in the United States to push harder against segregation, discrimination, and unfair laws. As African nations fought for their independence, Black Americans saw their struggles as connected to a larger fight for justice across the globe. Leaders and activists in the United States looked to African decolonization as a source of strength. They understood that both Africans and African Americans shared histories of slavery and economic exploitation. This common history created a sense of unity and shared purpose. It helped foster a spirit of racial solidarity that crossed borders. During the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, many leaders adopted strategies and ideas from anti-colonial struggles. Nonviolent protests and calls for sovereignty became central themes. The cultural impact was also significant. Black artists, writers, and educators began to incorporate themes of Pan-Africanism and liberation into their work. Schools and colleges, especially historically Black colleges and universities, started including African history and decolonial ideas in their curricula. These efforts strengthened Black pride and intellectual resistance. Migration between Africa, the Caribbean, and the United States created a transnational network. Black people moving across these regions shared stories, ideas, and strategies for resistance. Support for African independence movements grew in the United States. Activists raised funds, lobbied politicians, and organized campaigns to help these nations break free from colonial rule. The language of the civil rights movement also borrowed from anti-colonial rhetoric, emphasizing sovereignty and self-determination. Music, literature, and cultural expressions increasingly reflected themes of liberation and unity across the African diaspora. In essence, decolonization movements showed that Black resistance could succeed. They created a global sense of hope and solidarity. These movements helped shape the fight for racial justice in the United States by linking local struggles to worldwide efforts. Black resistance became more than just a national issue. It became part of a larger, worldwide movement for freedom and equality. This interconnected fight continues to influence Black communities today, reminding us that liberation is a shared goal across the world.